Hey yo, how's it going? Why is the thing not on? Why is the PinOut not there? Oh, it's because it's portrait again. Why have game shows swapped with? Oh, game show overlay. Oh no, that's a spoiler. Hey Theon, how's it going? Good to see ya. I've been working very hard on those game show overlays. I've basically not. I've done another one of those weeks that I always talk about where I play like no video games and I just work on like Google Sheets to prepare the game shows. But genuinely, I've been doing that the last like couple of days, and honestly, I'm happy with how it's going. It's gonna make my life so much easier doing the game shows. But I've already mentioned that, so I'm gonna just do the speed running. So this is, I would say, the official grind. Third day of the official grind. I don't like calling a lot of my speedrun attempts, proper speedrun attempts at things a grind, because I don't really grind out difficult times very much, but I feel like it's starting to become justified that this is more of a grind because of the RNG involved and just everything in the run being how it is. So I'm calling it a grind. But anyway, let's get going. I'm going to do some normal runs, and then we will probably get into some second half runs if it goes badly. But the second half runs didn't go very well the other day either, so I don't know. I don't know what we'll do. But what I do know we're doing is we have a game show raffle on right now. You can get another ticket even if you've got one in the last stream. You can get one per stream, and we're drawing one winner tomorrow, and we're drawing 2 more winners next Saturday. So any tickets you have now will also be carried over to then. So if you redeem some now, you'll have a chance of winning any of the 3 slots on a game show. And we've also got one going on in the Discord as well. So yeah, get your entries in. We've only got one person in there right now. They're guaranteed to win if nobody else enters. So yeah, do get your entries in for that, because the game shows, they're really fun and I really recommend them, honestly. And even if you instantly think, oh, game shows, that's trivia, whether you think you're good at bad or trivia, we do have non-skill games. We have Deal or No Deal, and Stacked is more of a strategy quiz, and then Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is just raw trivia. So yeah, we've got all the elements, but they're the current 3 games we have. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to turn off my preview. There we go, and let's go. So I'm going to try to give some better commentary today, because I noticed the other day I wasn't doing too much commentary, and where I'm not getting many runs, I need to really be doing more commentary. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain what happens in the run in the first couple of minutes, and then whenever I get push, I will sort of just very sharply go very silent just to give myself as much chance as possible of getting a run going, because I do kind of need to focus and be able to hear the sound effects properly for, well, really most of the game, which does make it a little bit awkward to do commentary for that reason. Again, Theon with the slots. I don't know what MidiBot's doing recently. I was going to say PinOut for some reason, but that also checks out. Yeah, so for anyone that's familiar with my runs from about a week or so ago and not recently, I've turned up my graphics settings. This is mainly because the two runners above me also use higher graphics, and they also use Android and I use iOS, but I'm thinking I might at least try the different graphics just to see if it changes anything in terms of collisions or how power-ups work, especially push, because push functions as when you're aiming, the power-up isn't being used. So I need to sort of make sure, like, I don't know whether there's a difference in graphical settings. I don't think there is. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna choke my run to sneezing. Yeah, I don't know if there is oh, I genuinely did. If there's a difference in graphical settings, but if there is, I am now using the exact same graphical settings. And if there was a difference, I would assume it would be on higher graphics because of the slight inconsistencies I've seen in some of those higher runs. But I think it's probably more down to iOS against Android, and also the fact that I'm on an iPad. Like, if I was on an older iOS phone, it might lag a bit more and then change some stuff around. Mobile game speedrunning is weird, but there you go. So, anyway, this is a pinball game, in case you hadn't already guessed, but it's not like any other pinball game. No. We have the 3 line markings in the floor, which are not there for decoration. They do slow the ball down, and while it is a speedrun, we do want to be going fast. The lines actually slow the ball so that the ball can be hit at a fairly consistent angles pretty much every time you do a movement. So whoops. Yeah, so there's only really a few different directions the ball can go in on most flippers where those 3 lines are. So there I could have got the left ramp, the right ramp, or I could have gone in between, or there's a couple of collisions where you can, if you leave it really late, you can end up going, oh my goodness, what is this? You can end up going to the right, to the far right side. Now here you can actually go through any of those 2 gaps or the ramp. But yeah, basically the reason that exists is it's just to make it so that there are less frame perfect timings really that are required in the game. There are still some kind of awkward timings, but generally most flippers will function in a way where you pretty much get the same result every time, which is what you want. Whereas other pinball games sort of require you, if you're going at speed, to catch the ball, sort of. So like hold the flipper so the ball slows down, and then it gives you more of a window of opportunity to get the right angle. Or if you're speeding through, depending on the game, you can just sort of hit the ball and it will just do what you want, which is hard. So here, it basically means we don't have to catch the ball. But also, you might be noticing, there is a timer counting down while we have a timer on our screen counting up. What is going on? Why are there 2 timers? Well, that is the game over timer. This is a endless runner sort of pinball game. Obviously inspired by this sort of... I mean, this came out in, what, 2016, I think? So it's really just been inspired by other pinball... other endless runner sort of games. And it's sort of being adapted to pinball. It does work because it's more of a high score run, but we can do a speed run because the game does loop at 8,000 points. So essentially we just end the game on the final input before 8,000 points. But it's a pretty nice run. It's a super short run, and really there isn't much RNG when you're starting out. You only really want to You want to go for as many time dots as possible. Time dots obviously increasing the timer, as you can see. We started on 1 minute, we're now on 100 seconds, and we do need some time dots in this run. We can't just ignore them all, but luckily a lot of the most optimal routes do get the time dots anyway, so we can do all of the main skips, the 2 main skips we have in the game, and have enough time to finish the game. And the 2 main skips are pretty crucial, but they also cut out a lot of time dots. So if you're going for one of these 2 skips and one of them is 0 Dark 100, so we need push for that, and if we don't get push, I have to reset. Unfortunately, that is a requirement now if I am pushing for world record, and it is a 1 in 5 chance, as far as we know, unless there are ways of manipulating the RNG. There is a 1 in 5 chance, 20%, of getting the right power up, because there are 6 power-ups in the game, and a lot of them will slow the rate of the in-game timer slowing down, or they will increase the amount of gains you get on your in-game timer, which can be really good if you're doing a score run, actually. And there's also push, and push is the one that is very unique and also breaks the game completely. You do have warp, so when you're starting out, warp can be quite good. Getting a power-up orb can be a little bit costly. It costs 7 seconds to get onto a power-up orb and then instantly grab the power-up, or fairly quickly grab the power-up, because you don't actually know whether it's going to be on the right side or the left side. The one you want, it is randomized, unfortunately. But yeah, warp can be quite good, because although it does take 7 or so seconds to get that power up, it can actually, or it will, just send the ball past a few sections of flippers, normally 2 or 3 sections of flippers, depending on where you get put warp. So yeah, that could be quite good when starting out, not only just for skipping parts of the flippers, but also if you're not playing fully optimally, warp will sort of enable you to go quite quickly through there. Oh my goodness, Theon again. How is this happening so much? This is rigged. How is this happening? Anyway, oh my goodness, come on. Okay, so I'm going to catch the ball just so I can go for the long ramp. The long ramp meaning we don't have to do all those tiny little ones on the right-hand side. Push, please. No, that is a restart. And not a restart from there, because we need to restart from the beginning. So I have purchased Premium. If you do download this game yourself, it is free. Please, I do recommend it, definitely casually, and speedrunning when you're starting out is really fun as well. We're doing a race in December. You should join us. Yeah, I would definitely recommend getting the game, but when you're starting out, if you've not paid for Premium, you will have the only option will be to start from the beginning. Luckily, all the speedruns and score runs have to start from the beginning. There are runs on YouTube that pretty much all the high score runs on YouTube just sort of have the end section, or a lot of them, not all of them. Some of them do have a full run, which is really, really good. Some exceptional score runs out there, and my PB actually is unrecorded. The footage didn't save, unfortunately, but I am going for another 2,000 score anyway, so it's not the end of the world, really. But that is one of my other goals as well. I want to get 24,000 score in this game, which is essentially 3 entire laps of the game. And the reason that's significant is because while it is an endless runner, you can't go on forever. You can only do 1 lap where you can gain time. So there are 3 methods of doing that. Obviously, the main one is grabbing time dots. That gives you a lot of bonus time for your in-game timer. You have power-ups, which, as I mentioned, they slow down time, and you have mini-games. So we do come across one in the Emerald Electric where you pretty much have to hit that that mini-game. But other than that, you can avoid all the others. But if you're going for as much... Oh, for goodness sake, I pressed the wrong button. If you're going for as much bonus time as possible, you will really want to play all those mini games and max them all out to your best potential, really. Another thing as well, while you're grabbing a mini game or a power up, the in-game timer does pause. So you pretty much have no reason not to play the mini games unless you're absolutely terrible and only get like 1 on Commuter World. Don't worry, I've been there as well. Yeah, so after lap 1, where we're getting all these time dots, these mini games, these power-ups, after that lap, you reach overtime. And in overtime, you cannot gain any more bonus time. There are no mini games, there are no time dots, and there are no power-ups. So you pretty much just have, right, you've started overtime, this is the amount of in-game time you have left, finish out your run, and that's all you can do, really. So that is kind of why the 2 runs are really, really different. The score run and a speed run of this game are very different. But what you can also do is a category that I invented. It's really not much of an innovation, but it's Race to Overtime 2. So it's essentially 1 lap of the game and then 1 lap in overtime to be able to reach Overtime 2. And there isn't an official thing of Overtime 2 in this game, but it is pretty much just 2 laps of the game. But it makes a massive difference to time management, and I did actually put that in my GDQ submission, that the time management in Race to Overtime 2 is significantly different to in any percent. Any percent you just sort of speed. But Race to Overtime 2 is actually really interesting for the time management. And the better you are at the run, the quicker you are, less in-game time you're going to need to grab, and then you can start cutting out mini-games that you need to get, and optimal routes for time dots, and even some skips as well. Yeah, it's just really, really cool. Really, really nice category. Really hope it gets added one day, because it really deserves to be on the leaderboard. Here we go. Skip that, please. Ah, okay. No, I got it anyway. My Wii games cases fell off. Oh, I've got my iPad resting on Wii games. I don't know how it even fell from the stack. That's annoying. Okay, anyway, this is why I have 2 areas inside 1 split, because it's basically impossible to do that split while I'm doing the outbound skip. But yeah, basically push. That is what push does. You need to hit that. Please go. You need to hit that that bumper in 0.100 at a certain angle. This is terrible. Come on. Okay, I'm not saving nearly enough time. But yeah, you wanna hit the bumper at a certain angle so you go off the track and you sort of go out of bounds, but you don't end up respawning. The game can, the game will respawn you if you fall off the actual course, but going off of the track is fine. And the 2 first and second place runs do that. Currently world record as well. I have not mentioned it. I really should add it to the live split overlay. It is, or layout rather, it is 701. 701 is the current world record, and this game has been pushed down immensely in the last year or so. Really, when you look at the world record history of this game, there has been so much activity recently compared to how much there was in previous years. Like, basically every year since launch, there'd been like 1 speedrunner come along and just like do 1 run and then leave, or like 1 or 2 runs and leave. And since like 2021, we've just been popping off. There's been so many runners. Okay push, okay push, okay push. Cool. So yeah, basically what happened there, when you go up to those weird teleporting things. Oh, come on, no. Okay, at least it got through there. I'm losing time here, by the way. When you go through those weird, like, yeah, these things that push the ball further up. Really, that's just such a dodgy collision. That just doesn't go there. Okay, sure. if you are using push and you go into one, you just get a really weird, massive hit of speed, which just leads you nowhere, or nowhere forward anyway. You just sort of make no progress, which is not a good thing. Yeah, we are going to lose most of the time save here. We can still PB, I think. Actually, no, it's basically gone. But I might as well close out the run. Unless I get bored. So, what we also did in Granular Rainstorm, while I've been explaining all that stuff, is Cannon Skip. That was found on Christmas Day last year. And, yeah, this sucks now. This is not PBable. Yeah, so it's a pretty big skip. It was the first major skip to be found in this game. And essentially what it is you can go through the gap between the flippers leading into Hypersphere rather than... Oh, seriously? You can go through the gaps leading through to Hypersphere rather than using one of the ramps. And what that does is it skips the bumper section, and it also means you can have a lot more of the push duration of the push power-up remaining when you go into the next area. So it's a really, really useful skip to have under your belt. Probably, I would say, the first one I would learn over 0.100 skip. 0.100 skip, you need to get that 20% chance. But Granular Rainstorm skip, you can actually do in any run because you're guaranteed to get pushed from that power-up orb. It's the only one in the entire game you can actually get a guaranteed push power-up from. All the others, you have to rely on good old RNG, unfortunately. But we are running a little bit low on in-game time, and this is the only problem with doing all these skips. It does skip a massive amount of time dots, so it makes it quite hard to do a no reset. And I have fallen through Analog Apotheosis, so I shall reset. Yeah, that just happens sometimes. The Red Bull will just have a really annoying collision, and it will just throw you back down, and it makes you lose a lot of time, probably like 10-15 seconds. So we'll just go again. But I've done a lot of explaining. That is a lot more than I did last stream, and I'm happy I did that explaining because I really need to have a lot more VODs where I actually explain what's going on in this game. I mean, really, I'm not too concerned in other games, like, I don't know, Mario games that I play, because you know what you got to do in those games. You got to just go. You just go. You just get to the end. You beat the turtle up. But here, not as many people are familiar with the game, so I feel like the less people there are that are familiar with the game, the more commentary I need to do. And I already do a decent amount of commentary, I would say, whenever I'm not on a world record pace run, or PB pace, to be fair. But now I'm sort of grinding out the game. It's quite hard to do decent commentary because so many of the runs are getting onto world record pace. I mean, right now, technically, I can only be like 33 seconds ahead, and I would still be world record pace. Like the other day, I was 34 seconds ahead, and another runner was further ahead than that, like 40 plus. I mean, that is world record pace, but I'm comparing against splits, my own PB splits, for the record, that are really good. Basically everything after... I mean, Emerald Electric was amazing. Source was pretty much perfect. 0.100 was really good, apart from the 0.100 skip that didn't get used. That's the only major time save in this run, and it really is major. Something Beneath was amazing. I've not had many, if any, better Something Beneath segments than that. Granular Rainstorm as well. Granular Rainstorm's really hard to optimize because of push, but I did get a really good Granular Rainstorm. I got a really good Hypersphere because of that, because I had push for longer. Telegraphic Distortion went okay, and Analog Apotheosis is where I lost sub 730. But really, that's kind of inconsequential. Now we know that we can go as low as a sub 7. I really want to push it further than that, really. Like, 701 is current world record, and second place has a 712. So it's very possible to go a lot lower. And, I mean, that's indicated by my sum of best, which is a 716 right now. The only thing that's really stopping me is the fact that it takes me so long to get push. Like, I would continue some of these runs that are like 10+ plus seconds behind if I didn't get pushed so infrequently. I really want to get push more often, and sometimes I will continue a run that's quite far behind, just because I want to get something going. I want to get as many attempts at push as possible. Like, I'm not missing 0.100 skip as much as I was. I don't remember the last time I did. Probably like a month or two ago now. Actually, more than that. But it's just the amount of times I get pushed. Like, last stream, I got it 3 times. Stream before, I got it twice. Obviously, today I've had it once already. But really, you can just go an entire stream and just not get it, which does kind of suck. I mean, if I could potentially get world record without that 20% RNG dice roll, I would definitely do more grinding of... Like, I would just alternate sort of between doing some runs with 0.100 skip and some runs with just granular rainstorm skip. Nice, we went through the narrow path there, very good. One of those unconventional routes is best. Of course, it does skip some in-game time, but that is fine. But yeah, really, I'd only recommend going for 0.100 skip if you're going for world record. It's not fun otherwise. I would really just work on your consistency with the game in general, because it's just too... not difficult. It's not a massively hard skip, but... or when you're used to it, at least, it's not a massively hard skip. But it's just the pain and the amount of RNG, and like, it takes you at least 2 minutes to even have a shot at the power-up orb and get that 20% chance. So you just can't get any runs going. And even if you do pull off a 0.100 skip with push, if you can't get consistent and get really good times and segments in later areas, the last 5 areas of the game, it's just all going to be for nothing. That, and you skip all of the time dots in 0.100. I mean, really, it's preference. Like, if you wanted to, you could go for 0.100 skip, and you would save a lot of time. But you're missing out on a lot of time dots. Another good thing about it, though, is 0.100 is a tough area. If you look back at some of my older PB attempts and stuff, and just general PB attempt streams, 0.100 does kill quite a lot of runs, and some of my old PBs had a lot of time save in 0.100, upwards of like 10-15 seconds behind gold. So there is a lot to be done in 0.100 if you play the full level. Whereas if you do push skip, you are skipping like 2/3 of the area, which makes it so much easier. Of course, it doesn't improve your consistency because you're relying on a 20% chance on RNG, but it can make it a lot more pleasant. You don't have to do the rest of 0.100, you know, to keep resetting in that the funny orange area. Also, hey King Alien, how's it going? Yeah, happy Friday. 4 days left for Sonic Frontiers. Yes, indeed. Hope you're doing well. We are speedrunning. We are doing the PinOut gaming. I've had no world record pace runs today, unfortunately. Did not manage to take advantage of that push in 0.100. We've had one push so far, and I was about 15 seconds ahead, which is not really enough to carry us to a PB now. I mean, nothing guarantees me a PB. Every time whether I save 10 seconds, 40 seconds, I'll always sort of drain that time away so that by analog apotheosis, I'm like barely behind. And it's always by a similar amount every time. But yeah, we currently have a game show raffle going on. 1,000 moons per ticket. You can get 1 ticket per stream. We're drawing that tomorrow, so please get your entries in. I figured I would benefit more going this way rather than fall back down. But yeah, currently we have 1 person in that raffle, so you should get an entry in if you have Discord VC. And you don't actually have to be able to play it on Saturday. You can play it on any stream day that I mark in my schedule as a game show day. But it must be played by the end of the year, because that is when we're resetting the credit leaderboard. And the best thing is you do get to choose the game you play. You can play a fully skill game. You can play, skill, meaning trivia. You can play sort of a strategy trivia sort of game, or you can play Deal or No Deal, which is all luck, every single bit. And the minimum top prize in those games is 500,000 credits. So you can win big. Very, very possible for someone to instantly take first place on our leaderboard right now if you do well on a game show. So yeah, should remind everyone, you can force me to do commentary if you would like. If you feel that I am slowing down a bit with my commentary, then you can redeem the channel points reward for commentary for 10 minutes. And I will indeed do commentary for 10 minutes. I think it's 10 or 15, I can't remember. I will check if someone redeems it. But I will try to be as informative as possible. And really, I would say this is the best value game to redeem that on. Because most games, I don't have a clue. I am just playing the game at a decent speed with a timer in the corner. But this is different. This is a game that I feel I know a lot about. So that's probably the best redemption you can have. Or this is probably the best game you can have that redemption on. Very good area. Yeah, if you're finishing ahead of this these PB splits, this is a very good pace. But really all I need is that push. Oh, come on. That's twice now. Okay, it's fine. No, we got the worst one. I mean, not that it matters. We need push or reset. So yeah, it might look like I'm doing this fully optimally, but there are some of these ramps that I'm taking that are slightly slow, like the ball is going slightly slow over them, and that's indicated by the slight time loss. One of those ramps I did hit slightly early or late, can't remember now exactly, but it sort of throws off the timing a slight bit, so the ball still makes it, which is fine, but it does cost a little bit of time. And in case you're wondering, this is currently not known to be possible to skip that minigame. It would save a lot of time if you could. Probably would save like 5 to 10 seconds. Would be a very, very nice little time save. Not even little, it would be pretty substantial at this point. I mean, if World Record was able to get that time, then it would be well over sub 7. But currently it's not really known. We have had some angles going in where you sort of hit one of the foreground sort of rock looking things, one of the like obstacles that just do nothing, they just sort of get in the way of the ball, and it slows the ball down enough so that you're going slow towards the mini game orb, but you still just barely hit the orb. I've had some really close calls of missing the minigame, but so far I've not had any where I've actually missed it. Which is a shame, because I feel like this is one of the only remaining optimizations in the game. But it definitely looks possible. It's funny how we've broken all the rest of the game, but we can't break the one easiest looking thing to go. I should note as well, you can do more push skips. There is another one in Telegraphic Distortion, the blue area. You can get push from the random power-up, and former world record holder, or second place currently, Sasha B, they actually got push at random from that power-up, but currently I'm not going for that power-up orb. I only take the random power-up if I accidentally stumble into the power-up orb. But really, I'm not going for any others other than 0.100 because it's just not really realistic to get two 20% chances in a single run. And not only that, but it doesn't really mean very much in Telegraphic Distortion because unlike 0.100, where there's a lot of path where you can just get a weird collision on a bumper and go out of bounds, that's not really possible in Telegraphic Distortion because there is more of the floor that's just empty. So you just fall off of the map and end up respawning. So, of course, you can't do many skips there because there isn't really any way we can go off the map. Another thing to note as well, 0.100 skip works because some of the obstacles off the main track do not have collision. They're just there to exist. Something beneath, however, there are some, if you manage to get out of bounds on something beneath, which is very good if you can get both out of bounds. If you get something beneath out of bounds, if you get 0.100 out of bounds, do that very quickly. Have a lot of the push power up remaining. Get into something beneath and then do it basically straight away there. That's very good. You can be like upwards of 45 plus seconds ahead if you manage to pull that off. But there is eventually at least one, probably more, pretty much just walls where you just can't get through them because the obstacle just happens to have collision. So you just have to get on the map, on the track for that part and then back off the track. Unless we figure out that somewhere you can go through the obstacle. Maybe it has a certain amount of collision. I don't know. We've not really tested it enough. But that's because it's just difficult to do that sort of testing in a mobile game, and also the fact that it's a 20% chance of getting the power up anyway. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be using those 20% chances to actually do world record attempts rather than labbing a game that nobody cares where I'm labbing anything. So yeah, right now my attention is focused on grinding. That is all my attention. A little bit unfortunate there. So here we do want to end up going on that right path, so we don't end up going on the left. The left means we have to do another ramp. Oh, sorry, another ramp, which is just not really ideal.
Choose power up. Push.
Yeah, here's the wall. Oh, let's go. Okay, please back this up. Okay, I never go from there, because normally you get the cannon and then skip that flipper. So I needed to play a little safe there. But we are doing quite well. I say quite well. We have had better. I've had worse. Okay, that's amazing. That might be my best split. Here we go. It's certainly world record pace. Oh my god, I hit the bumper. Nice collision though. Okay, that was lucky. Come on, do well here as well.
Push.
Please get through. Okay. Okay, we got barely anything, but we didn't crash. The game did not crash. Okay. It's fine. Super bad split here coming up. We're going to lose a lot of time. Probably losing world record pace. I don't know that, but I'm fairly sure. Okay. I am not happy with that collision. It messed me up earlier. I'm just going to play safe there. Okay, that's annoying. Right, just wait. Cool. Losing quite a bit there. So this is going to lose a lot of time. Probably losing world record pace to that. Unfortunately. Oh, come on! Okay, no, that's not okay. Okay, thank you. Whack collisions. Please, not the time. Not the time. Okay, PB possible. PB is possible. Really unusual for me to mess that up, but that's why I need to do more second half runs. I'm not 100% consistent, and I need 100% consistency at that. I seem to be getting better at 0 Dark 100 and worse at Granular Rainstorm. Okay, barely letting me through. Oh, seriously? Okay. Yeah. That I don't remember last time that happened. I didn't even know that could happen. Just skip that. Do not want to have to deal with that. Oh, come on! That is not the collision you're supposed to give me. Alright, okay, that was weird as well. That almost went into the power-up orb, and that would have been very bad. We're probably losing time here, but the run isn't dead. Alright, we could have a massive PB here. Please be nice. Please be nice. Please be nice. Okay. We're losing a lot of time there. But better than falling back through. Queenie, you're here for a massive PB pace run. Hi. I'll say hi in a sec. Well, I'll say hi more in a sec. How are you doing? Good to see you. Come on, let me through. Okay, wait patiently. Please make it. No, that is nowhere near. Missed it by so much. It was actually quicker. Oh no. Come on. Let me through. Let me through. I'm losing BB. I'm losing BB. Let me through. Let me through. No! There's no way. There's no way I lose it now. Oh my god. It's actually gone. How did I lose all that time in Analog Apotheosis? Seriously? Let me in. Come on. Let me finish. Ah. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. No, that was my best split out of something beneath by 2 seconds. That was my best split ever. Oh, no. And it was my best out of telegraphic distortion. Okay, I lost 26 seconds in granular rainstorm. No, you're not a bad luck charm. I choked the run to something that is not RNG. Look how much time I lost in granular rainstorm. I lost 26 seconds. Well, no, I didn't. I lost 24, but... Oh, well. Oh, yeah, damn. Slots cost 100 credits to play. Whoops. Yeah. Sorry. That's the bot for you. Anyway. Oh, never mind. I won. Whoops. Sorry. But yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, haven't been a streamer in a long time, yeah. But yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, we've been busy. We've been doing runs. We've been doing a lot of runs. Okay, that's like 4 times today that MidiBot has given 2 and 3 as Twitch emotes. Seriously. Yeah, so there was a credit reset at the end of September. And the next one is going to be at the end of December. So, that's going on. I also said there's some new stuff going on. So, first slots of the stream is going to be double the prize. So, we've had a few winners of that. No jackpots or anything. But it would be interesting to pay out 100,000 for 1 slot. Also, last day of the month, we're going to, like, make slots worth more as well. Sorry, last day of the month. Last month of the season, so during December. Also, right now we have a game show raffle going on, so if you want to have a chance of playing a game show on stream with me on Saturday, or actually any day I mark as a game show day, then get buying those game show raffle tickets. Currently we have one person. We have one person in the raffle. Also, yeah, exclamation mark join raffle as well. You need to get into the end of season raffle, otherwise you can't win anything. But game shows are happening on Saturday. We are going to give away 1 game on Saturday, and we're going to give away 2 next Saturday. So, get in the channel points. It costs 1,000 moons for 1 ticket. You can get 1 per stream. And, yeah, that's for a credit game show. You can pick whatever game you want to play. But yeah, I am really... really annoyed that I lost that one, but we're just gonna go. The dead run request, yeah, I needed more meme rewards for like the higher ones. Like all other speedrunners seem to have reset this run, but like I know I'm never gonna do that, so I just made it so you can call a run dead. You're allowed to call a run dead once. But yeah, that's there. That's there. That's the thing. Any PBs in the meantime? No. No, there've been no PBs. And I've been going for, what, 36 hours on this category now? 36 hours. The problem is, right, like, I can't do runs unless I get push in 0.100, which is a 20% chance. So I've had 2 runs today. One of them was like 15 seconds ahead, and the one you just watched was 50 seconds ahead, 5-0, and the other one was 1-5. So, yeah, it kind of is just really inconsistent, and you just have to be in the zone all the time, just in case, like, lightning strikes and you get that one run. Or that one possible run. I mean, I'm getting better at the skip. Like, the skip's not a problem for me anymore. I just need to actually get the power up. I mean, I've had PBs in other games, so, hold up. Let me get up my PB sheet. SR goals. I'll tell you what the PBs I've had recently. The main one was I did a 3D World 380 star run. I mean, I've been running 380 for 3D World for a long time, and I've never really had enough time in one stream to do a 380 star run. So it felt really good to do that. And it took me just over 4.5 hours. My goal was 5. So I'm happy. I did some Splatoon 3 runs. I'm probably going to give that a rest for now, though. 3D World, I had a couple of any percent runs. Mario Kart Wii, So I had a few PBs during mid-run. So first one was Mario Kart Wii, and I've marked them as Nitro tracks and Retro tracks because I forgot to change my rules during the run. Like, I only noticed during the run, and I didn't go back to change it. Plus, it sucks anyway, but it's only timed in RTA. I think the leaderboards time it as in, like, your in-game time. But I've timed it as RTA. So, like, including the load times and stuff. Then I did Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games for the Nintendo Wii, TM. I did London Party 32 Spaces. That was my first run of that in 4 years. And... I mean, technically that was a PB because that's the only run of 32 that I've done on record. I got a PB in Wii Play Motion, gold medals, and then I did New Super Mario Bros. Wii about 2 weeks ago now. Actually, no, it was 9 days ago. Yeah, 9 days ago. I got an any percent PB, but I want to do 100% of that eventually. I don't want to just do any percent. Any percent kind of sucks. I want to show off the whole game. And yeah, the last PB I had was the 3D World 380 star run. So honestly, I've been slowing down with PBs and stuff, but that's because I've been like trying to learn new games, trying to learn new categories, and also just running PinOut takes all of the chances of PBs away, really. Could it be an idea to define an adjacent category that doesn't need the 1 out of 5? Okay, so if I was a mod of the game, that would already be a thing. In a heartbeat, it should be a thing. Unfortunately, the only contact I have is, or the only active mod is Otterstone, who is always busy doing loads of different runs, modding leaderboards for different games, loads of different games. I think, I mean, I'm part of Farmington. I say I'm part of, I don't actually farm as many runs on my SRC profile as I can, but I'm in there, and I'm pretty sure there's a leaderboard they track of like who has the most runs on their SRC account, and Otterstone is like well into that leaderboard. So yeah, they do a lot of different runs of different games and moderate different games. So it's quite hard to get into contact. I might DM him, to be honest, because I've not been able to get hold of him with forum posts. So really, I need to just do something like that, because we don't have a Discord server, which I feel like kind of puts GDQ off of taking us on, because GDQ want communities that are like, or like, I don't know, like they want games that are interesting to watch and stuff, and I feel like even if we did have a Discord server, it probably wouldn't have got in anyway, but I feel like it does help that you can sort of say at the end of the run, oh, we have a Discord server, we're pretty active, you know, like, we'll give advice and stuff, because that's the sort of general stuff people say at the end of runs, but we can't say that, obviously. That and the fact that one of the categories I submitted is not even on speedrun.com, like, that doesn't help. That does not help at all. And I've requested Race to Overtime 2 to be added. It should be a thing. Like, it's so different to Race to Overtime. But really all we have right now is this category. This godforsaken category that I absolutely hate. But because I love PinOut so much, I have to keep going. I honestly would run so much of the other categories. Like Race to Overtime 2. I might even attempt Race to Overtime 3 again. But the only way that's implemented is a score run. A score leaderboard on speedrun.com. Like, there's no actual speedrun leaderboard for it. Anyway, rant over. Let's do some runs. Yeah, that's all I have really to say on it. Like, it would be nice to have a lot more categories. We enjoy him rant. Exactly, yeah. Feel like I'm watching my own stream. Hey, no. Your stream's nothing like that. Unless you want it to be like that. But I rant a lot, let's not lie. No, I don't know. If you've seen the last, like, the entirety of October, okay, so October's not been a great month, right, for me, personally, but you know, stuff has happened, and I had a cold, which I think was a cold, but it might have been COVID, and then I had COVID like 2 weeks after. So the moment I was recovering from the cold, I got COVID. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I mean, I didn't have it terrible compared to other people in my family, but I don't have a great immune system, and it just knocked me out, and I had to have like 1 or 2 short stream days off. I don't think I took any Saturday streams off, because I'm not doing that. I am taking a Saturday stream off in December, because that is Christmas Day, and that is it. Or Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Boxing Day, whatever day it is, I'm taking the day off, because I'm not streaming on Christmas Day. Yeah, exactly. It's nearly Christmas. It is November, yeah. I feel like this credit season is just flying by. Like, it's already been a month, and we're already doing the game shows. Like, I mean, the good thing that has happened for me in the past month or so is I've done a ton of work on my game show overlays. Like, I'm tempted to show them off after I finish up the PinOut runs for the day. I accidentally did show them earlier, or one of the overlays. But basically what I've been doing is I've been transferring them all to Google Sheets. Okay, so I actually don't like this run, so I'm gonna do it. I want to do it. Okay, so let's come over to here, where we have a slightly bigger window. I thought I was making it a lot bigger than that compared to my 16:9 overlay. But yeah, basically what I've done is I have converted Stacked and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire into a Google Sheets format, which basically means I can just shove all the questions in one separate sheet and then just use VLOOKUP to like fill in the questions and the answers. Like, I don't have to use PowerPoint presentations anymore. Like, that's so much easier. I mean, I'm still using it for Deal or No Deal because I know the history of Deal or No Deal. I spoke about it before. There has been a thing in the past on Real Deal or No Deal where they used Microsoft Excel to randomize the box contents when in reality there are only like 6 patterns of numbers in boxes, which is not a good thing when you're dealing with a game show that gives away literally thousands of pounds. So I am never going to use Google Sheets to randomize that. VLOOKUP instead of filter. Yeah. Wait, you saying like VLOOKUP is better than filter? Is that filter as in like putting filter in a cell? I've never heard of that. I use Excel every day in my job, but I don't actually use any of the stuff other than like sum. I mean, I used VLOOKUP. Oh, the other way around, damn, okay. Well, it works for me. Yeah, I really need to look into a more efficient way of doing it, to be honest, because what I have right now is I have a massive... Okay, so I'm gonna do this as a one-off thing, right? I'm gonna show off the entire way I do it. I'm not just gonna show off the overlay that you're gonna see if we play a game on Saturday. I'm gonna show off the whole shebang. So I'm gonna get up the overlay for Stacked because there's a lot going on in the Stacked overlay. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is just haha, question 1, question 2, question 3. That's it. There's like two things in the control panel. Stacked is different. Okay. Whoops! I've revealed the categories for if someone plays on Saturday. Whoops. I mean, they basically haven't changed since last time, but it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, this is the overlay now. If I change this to the Stacked overlay, and then I open splits, Stacked, save splits, we have a 45-second timer. So that's cool. But actually, I really should crop that so that it doesn't have the minus on there because that looks silly. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I can't do that because then it appears eventually anyway. Yeah, so I have this. This is... Right, so it used to all be through OBS. Everything used to be through OBS. And I had to edit a PowerPoint image and then save the image whenever I needed to change something in the background. Like, if I needed to change the numbers on the left-hand side or anything like that, forget it. I would need to do, like, I would need to save the image every single time, so there would be like at least like 2-minute pause between every question. That's not fun. So now I have this super scuffed. Let me just do the whole thing. If we break the illusion, I have this super scuffed control panel. So if I zoom it all the way out, we now have that monstrosity. So you don't see any of this in the background. You just see this when we're playing the game, right? So you just see this, and it's all chroma keyed out. So all the stuff in the background here, if I turn off the chroma key as well, let me turn off the filter, or not, yeah, chroma key. It's all light purple, but I've made it so that all of it on the sheet, like I made it light purple because I'm probably never going to use that in this. I've got darker purples used in this game. But yeah, it's all chroma keyed out so you can see the background. That's all very nice. But whenever I change the stuff here, it's gonna like change what question we're on. So obviously in stacked, we can get any question at any time, right? Who wants to be a millionaire? If we're playing the normal game, it's just gonna go in order. Like, that's why I don't need much in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But here we can have like question 1, we can have like 100, whatever. So what I can also do is, like, I've done some changes to how the game works, so like, you know what the final question is going to be from the start, instead of like randomizing it at the end. But these are all different things that I've changed since last time, so that probably won't make a lot of sense if you've not read the new rules. But yeah, I can like deactivate lifelines here instead of like doing it through OBS and stuff like that. It's all so much better. Like, it's like, all I need to do to deactivate lifelines is just change it from a 1 to a 0 and stuff like that. And like, say you answered the 1,000 credit question correctly, okay? So you banked 1,000 and you got the exact answer, so it turns blue. Then let's say you got the 15,000 credit question, but you gave 2 answers. So you dropped down to 10k and you gave more than 1 answer, so I turn it green. And let's say you bailed on the next question, so I'll increase the bank to 11,000 there. Say you bailed on the next one, that turns red. We then drop it by, like, divide it by 10, you're down to 1,100. Like, I can do this all through there now. It's just so much easier. Like, especially with the changes I've made to the format, the fact that I can do it all through there now is so much easier. Like, it's all super scuffed behind the scenes with the conditional formatting and stuff like that, but it works, and that's all I need. So yeah. Also, cash peek and question peek now, whenever I type in a number in here, it will keep it on screen permanently with the information that you've revealed. So that's very important, because that wasn't a thing before, and the fact that that wasn't a thing was pretty bad. Okay, anyway, let me undo all my stuff that I've messed up. Yeah, I think I've done everything I wanted to. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's the overlay. I'm very happy with it. I've spent like upwards of 10 to 15 hours on that in like 2 weeks. It's embarrassing, but hey, that is also preparing the music. And while I've not actually made any of my own original music yet for it, I have been taking some from an old quiz mobile game that used to be called Quiz Up. I think I actually have mentioned it in the past, but basically they shut down. The company like bought out the company that owned it, and then they filed for bankruptcy or whatever, so it's now dead. So I'm using the music for my own quiz. Hope they don't mind. Anyway, yeah. Back to runs. It's really cool. Proud of you. I thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes. Like, maybe one day I'll show what it used to look like on the old overlays, but it's basically not worth it. It's just PowerPoint images. It wasn't good. And honestly, I've been putting off this transfer to Google Sheets for so long, but I mean, Google Sheets isn't perfect. It still doesn't give me the full experience. Like, other game show streamers on Twitch can do loads of different stuff. Like, if you code your project rather than do it through Google Sheets, you can do a lot more Twitch chat interaction and stuff like that, like allowing people to play via chat. But right now, I'm only doing single player games, so it doesn't really matter. That, and I have a lot of control over like how nice it looks without needing to get good at like making all the graphics look really nice. Like, I can just use Google Sheets and like funny little rectangles. You know, it's just so much easier. Like, for me to learn how to code and do everything that I would want to would just take far too long with the free time I have right now. Like, I've got my final exam for my apprenticeship coming up next Wednesday. I've not got the time. But the good thing with having it in Google Sheets now is I can just put the questions in on the question sheet, the one that I don't show on screen. That's a fat mood now. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Like, I don't know, stuff just happens. Uni, you know, like you never know with uni. Like, everyone I've known that I've known like one or two other people that used to stream that have gone to uni and then just basically had like no time to stream or do anything like that. It's yeah, it's difficult, but that's just because you get like no free time. That, and just uni can be really eventful. Like, I've seen a couple of your tweets about it just being really eventful. I thought A-levels were bad, but uni is just a whole other experience. Yeah. I mean, when I went to, like, open days for universities, when I was in, like, year 10, year 11, so, like, 14, 15, 16, we would go to unis that were, like, within the same county as I'm in, and we had people that were, like, doing the open days, and they also had, like, students on the open days as well. And there were so many that just said, like, oh yeah, you'll occasionally have that one all-nighter. It's like, yeah, it's not just one though, not really. Not like if you've got that much work to be doing. Or not all-nighters, but just a lot of work in general. I don't know. Like, for me, I've been doing the accountancy apprenticeship that I'm doing, and I'm not like a qualified accountant after this, but the next level I am, so that will be quite good to have. But this level I'm doing right now is like A-level equivalent, but there's like no essay questions. There's only one exam that has like 2 essay questions, and it's the one I'm revising for next Wednesday. I've passed everything so far, but we just get so much homework for what is essentially just a calculation and tick box exam. You know? But it is an A-level equivalent, and I feel like it's a lot easier than the A-levels I did. I can totally see you being an accountant. That's quite ironic, because all my IRLs say, like, I just can't picture you wanting to be an accountant. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I've never really been 100% sure. Like, that's why I did A-levels, because I didn't know whether I wanted to do an apprenticeship, so why not just stick around, do some of that, and think about it after. And yeah, nothing ever did come up as a different idea, so yeah, I'm in an accountancy apprenticeship, yeah, whatever. But I'll stick with it, at least, to get qualified, because if I get the next qualification, I can pretty much do like accounts at a low level, at least, basically anywhere. Not like anything for big companies or anything, but you know, it's still good. I have so many friends. Oh, some friends who have like no lectures, but mine is just so much work. Yeah, really depends on the course as well. Way too eventful for my liking. Take me back to my peaceful life. The peaceful life when you're like year 7. I can totally see you being an accountant. You love Excel spreadsheets and stuff. Yeah, exactly. I've done so much stuff with my content creating has been through Google Sheets and Microsoft Excel. So while that's pretty much just like, oh, VLOOKUP and that's it, I feel like I'm familiar enough with it. Like, I've seen how unfamiliar some people can be. Like, we had someone come in for like work experience, and they were pretty like unfamiliar with Excel. So yeah, it sort of just shows you that there's a massive difference of like what you can do on Excel. But even then, like, I feel like even though I work with it so much, there's so much I don't do on there. Like, I don't need to do any of the chart generating or anything like that. I just put people's receipts in. I just put people's income and stuff in the sheet, and that's it. So I don't really need to do much other than auto sum. But, you know. I mean, every time I need to use VLOOKUP, like using VLOOKUP for the quiz show stuff I'm doing, I actually keep having to, like, every time I've ever had to use VLOOKUP, literally ever, I've had to look up a tutorial. Every single time. No shame, by the way. It's kind of a good timing because there is a spreadsheet exam, like a bonus one that I haven't done yet for my qualification. But because my college is shutting down, we need to do the final one first and then do the bonus one somewhere else, basically. Which isn't ideal, but I will still do it. I'm hearing there's a Splatfest soon. There is, yes, there's a Pokemon one, and that is the reason why nothing happened in October. They announced the Pokemon one so early that nothing really happened in October. There was no Splatterween, unfortunately. Not shutting down. They genuinely are. They got inadequate. And they're not like trying harder. They're just like, no, we're just closing. When is it? It's next Saturday. Might stream on it then. Nice, awesome. Yeah, no, they got inadequate in like both parts of the college. So they got inadequate in our part first, and like, I mean, I'm not surprised. Their communication's not great, but you know, I've still passed all my exams. Like, but that's because I only have to deal with the college like 1 day a week. But yeah, we're not even gonna try. Exactly. Oh, it's very funny though. I mean, it's not really because everyone's had to leave, but my teacher's been decent enough. I mean, he does give a lot of homework for, as I said already, he gives a lot of homework for what is a calculation and tick box exam, but well, it's something. But like, we've changed teachers once already on the course. Okay, I'm gonna get to 0.100 once more, by the way, and then I'll do a couple of second half runs before calling it a day. But yeah, we had a teacher at the start where we progressed quite slowly, let's just say. As in, we took like double the amount of weeks to do one unit where it should have taken us like 7. It took us 16 or something like that. But now we've got a different teacher. It's going a lot better. Like, before I was just sort of studying to pass the exam, and now I feel like I actually like understand what's going on rather than just Okay, this question has this format, so do this, just because that's the right answer. Now I'm not doing that, which is a good thing. But yeah, anyway, talking about the Splatfest again, I am going to stream the Splatfest, and it's kind of good timing because obviously this Saturday and next Saturday, I'm kind of taking a breather from doing like long speedruns. Because, like, I would do another 3D World 380 star run, but that takes all stream, and I want to, if I'm giving away game show places on the same day, I want to make it so that I can, okay, you know what, let's just do another one. I want to make it so that I can possibly do that game show on the same day, so by doing, like, shorter runs or stuff like that, that means I can host the game show on the same day. But with the Splatfest, obviously, I can just easily pause that. Like, oh, the game's 3 minutes long, and then we can just do a game show. Like, just so much easier. But what I'm also going to be doing is I'm going to be continuing my final level. I almost spoiled it. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I genuinely went to say the words, and I almost spoiled... Okay, it's the final level of the story mode. No power-ups. I got to the final section, and it took me so long. I did not finish it, and unfortunately I'm going to need to do the first sections now to get there again. But I'm going to spend like a couple of hours on that, and then we're going to get into the Splatfest. Which game so specifically? Yeah, so basically it's up to whoever wins it. So we're going to have 2 possible game shows on Saturday. And then another 2 we're going to give away next week. But you can choose between Deal or No Deal, Who Wants to Be Millionaire, or Stacked, which is the one I was just showing off on the overlay. The one where you can win, like, 2 million credits. Not even joking. Very possible. Theoretically, you can win 2 million credits for answering 6 questions. Reminding me how I haven't started S3 at all yet. Hey, you got no time. It's fine. Like, you got priorities, and the priorities are in the right place if you're, you know, making sure you're getting on with your uni stuff, because, yeah, you can't be falling too far behind with that. But I really recommend Splatoon 3. And the story mode is so good. Like, I know you've started it, so you know how good it is. You don't need me to tell you how good it is. But play the whole thing. And unlock the stuff. I mean, there's stuff you can do that I still haven't done yet, where it's like surveying the map. And you get something for that, but it's just like... whatever. Like, I just want to play all the levels. I'm not really fussed about exploring every tile on the map, because that's so fun. What is it? GCSE Geography. Priorities of skipping my lectures. No, don't do that, don't do that. I'm low-key just waiting on the DSA to give me my things now, because I'm like, I need that extra support, your girl is struggling. Wait, is that like a bursary sort of thing, or what is that? Like student loan sort of thing? Yeah, I get you though, because like, basically all my friends went to uni. I have like one friend who's doing another different apprenticeship. And yeah, it's difficult. They're all doing different courses. It's like a grant. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Disability student allowance. Oh, nice one. Yeah, well, I hope they can get that sorted for you, because, you know, they're there for a reason. They're there to support you, and they just take ages to do it. Like... Okay, why does this suck? I barely made it. What? And I fell. How do you fall? How do you fall after that? What am I doing? I'm so glad I didn't get a run going just now. Okay, basically what I'm doing now, I'm doing any percent second half. So we only do the last 4 areas. Really helps to practice my consistency at this skip. And I just sort of call it second half just to close out the run. Except this always goes terribly. Whoops, that's my instinct of scrolling down on a reset. Yeah, I imagine especially right now though, the grants just have to be so needed. Not even helpful, needed. Because of what's going on right now. And like, bills and stuff. You know? Like, I'm reading through my IRL group chats and stuff. Like, seeing the, like, accommodation prices for the year. It's like... I mean, obviously they're going up because rent of everything is going up. But, you know, for a student accommodation where you have no extra money anyway, 8 grand? For how long? I mean, you have spoken about this though, right? You're, what, York? No. Not York. Why did I think York? That's not it. Is that it? I don't remember. Yeah, York, that's it, yes. Okay, cool. I do remember, I remember. Yeah. I mean, hearing about it being, like, more expensive than London is just wild. I've been to London a grand total of, like, twice. And mostly on, like, school trips. But even then, knowing how much, like, more expensive shops are just because it's in London, the fact that it can be like even more than that, just silly. Why is it even more expensive? The year. But it's still, yeah, it is still ridiculous. That's still it's too much. Like, that's where the grant's going. It's going just to your accommodation. That's it. Okay, right. So as soon as I do push skips, my iPad starts to fall off my iPad stand, which is a bunch of Wii games. I will literally never come back to the city after I finish uni. The grant, unfortunately, isn't even like that. Oh, is it like... I guess it's like a certain amount... like, every week or every month or whenever, rather than, like, one big amount. Yeah, no, that just makes it really awkward. Like... I don't know. It's all expensive. It's so expensive. It's like the government paying for specific programs you need because of your disability, which, don't get me wrong, is still super useful because I need the support, but like right now I need the money more. Yeah, see, that is a massive problem. Like, something's really wrong there. Like, you get that money as a grant because of a disability, and then you can't use it for what it's supposed to be for, which is to help you with your disability, because you need to pay to live in a house. Like, no. No. I'm not gonna get into this, but it's stupid. Because I'll lean into politics if I do, but it's stupid. Oh, yep, granular rainstorm. Yep. Oh, yep, granular rainstorm. So true. Yeah. Oh no, I don't mind getting into stuff like this. I do it all the time, just from my own choice. But you know, I'm trying to tone down my. I just keep that to Twitter. I just banish all my stuff like that to Twitter now. I do the funny go through games quickly on Twitch. But hey, no, these things need to be talked about. I've had a dream about this conversation with you in chat. What? Huh? Okay, sure. I mean, I feel like I've had dreams with like involving Twitch before, but I can't remember them. I've probably had those dreams in the same weeks where like during October when I had COVID, I basically like just sat on the sofa and did nothing and just watched like Mario Galaxy. And like I never watched Mario Galaxy before I was ill. I just for some reason just did when I was unwell. But yeah, I feel like during that sort of time I did. I don't know, it's still pretty rare. That's so funny though. Sort of thing I'd be there for though in chat. Oh, that's gonna mess me up. Oh, no, stop being weird. Oh, I love collisions. I love collisions so much. What even was that? That's just not fair. Yeah, please can you pick 6 numbers between 1 and 59? I need them for science and the lottery. Also, yes, I know how many numbers are in there. I know. I don't do the lottery myself. My family do. But no, not me. Probably not ever. Or not as much. Anyway. Definitely not. May I buy a ticket so I can win? Yes. Actually clean telegraphic distortion end. Yeah, you put WTF in the chat. It's like, what's going on? Did I miss something? Yeah, no, I didn't. I literally did it. I don't know, when I'm not focused on the game, I do bad at everything except telegraphic distortion. I don't know what's up with that. Come on! Okay, thank you. That was so weird again. Come on, go. Okay, nice. Nice one. Alright, nice. That's a sub 5 and sub... Actually, no. I got sub 5 last time. That's a sub 4. Any percent second half. Right, I am going to head off. I need to rush off because I have food. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, your girl needs that uni money, exactly. PinOut would high key make me rage if I played it. We are doing a race in December, so I don't know. We're doing sign-ups in like a week. I'm gonna announce it properly and do sign-ups in like a week. So I'm gonna like put together a proper like tutorial and everything. So if anyone does want to get involved with speedrunning or PinOut in general, that will be the time to do it. And we're gonna do. I'm planning on doing an event like that once every 3 months. The first one's gonna be in December. We're gonna have a vote for like what day people want it to be on. But yeah, that's basically it. I need to rush off. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll be back tomorrow hopefully with 3D World any percent and some game shows hopefully. So thanks everyone for watching and I'll see you around. Bye bye. Yeah, nice to have you stop by. And yeah, nice to have everyone's support today. But yeah, thanks everyone and we'll see you tomorrow hopefully. Bye.